Does our environment impact the 60 trillion cells that make up this body? We accept that 4.6 million people each year die from causes attributed to air pollution, chemicals in the air.
Bank of America is being sued by the Justice Department for more than $1 billion for mortgage fraud.
American Express's profits in the last quarter were over $600 million in that quarter. There was no need to be laying off more people. We will not be able to deal with the unemployment problem that is the #1 issue. It's already almost 8%.
We accept the fact that childhood asthma since the 1980s has increased by 40%, and we accept the fact that over 3 million Americans have been exposed since 2005 to today for drinking water that had illegal levels of contaminants like arsenic and radioactive chemicals. Open up our medicine cabinets. What do they have in them? Not mouthwash. They have in them massive amounts of medicine that is treating the symptom and not going to the core of what's happening in our body.
You should figure out how to do a job that doesn't involve you walking in mud all day. And that's possible, because somebody else has done it. I don't buy the idea that, you know, the society the way it is right now, it has to be this way. Someone's always going to have to work at Burger King. Someone's always going to have to... I don't buy that. I think people are pretty flexible. If you look at the broad spectrum of humans and human behavior from different cultures all over the world, it's pretty obvious to me that there's a lot of different ways that people can act. We don't have to have fast food workers. We don't have to have people who work jobs. We don't have to. We just need to figure out how to restructure society so everybody somehow or another plays a part, has something to contribute, has something to share. I mean, that's what a real society is supposed to be like. I give you some coconuts, you give me some fish, you know, we make a deal, and you do it back and forth and left and right. And when there's nothing to contribute, then you start looking, the president needs to give us jobs. We need jobs. So instead of something to contribute, you just find something to do with your time. And then it becomes about doing that more than it becomes about finding something to contribute. So society gets wrapped around becoming a part of a machine. Society, instead of becoming a bunch of individuals that are expressing themselves in unique ways, and everybody sort of borrows and shares and sells this and you sell that, and we all sort of figure out how we can contribute in a society, we got sidetracked and diverted into these boxes that they call companies and corporations, and we got stuck into these containers they call cubicles or offices, and we got forced into this system. So our time, instead of it being invested in making pottery or fixing cars or doing something where you have a passion or you have some sort of a connection to, instead of that, you've sold your life to sit in a box and work for a machine, an uncaring machine that demands productivity. Most of us have committed to that. I know you've been there before, and I've been there before. And we understand that it's a trap because we got out of it. But for the people that are in it, a lot of times they don't even understand it's a trap.
You are building people's body with lifestyle changes and with nutrition. You are helping them to facilitate the most important thing that they can do on a physical level, which is to change the structure of the human body by changing their lifestyle and adding nutrition to their body. And you're doing it by 3 simple basic concepts: cleansing the body, balancing the body, and building the body. And this is what's so beautiful about tonight. This is what's so beautiful about this company, is that we want to teach you this. We want to teach you about your body. We want to teach you how to heal. We want to teach you how your body functions and how to rebuild it, how to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And that's what we do, and that's who we are. Genesis is one of the most powerful names on the planet. Genesis. It means a beginning. It means the beginning. It means a start. It means today. It means now. And the reason why I named this company Genesis is because it's never, ever, ever too late to become healthy. It's never too late to embark upon a beautiful journey of health. Never. It doesn't matter if you're 100 years old. As long as you are breathing, as long as you are taking that breath, you still have life. You still have life force. You still have a connection. And it's our obligation to become well, to maximize this human body. And Genesis means to begin today, to begin now. And that is the most important thing that I can say tonight.
Sometimes the biggest movements start with the smallest changes. We all think that we are too small to change the world. But are we really? Throughout all of history, someone has had to be the first to challenge mainstream thinking, to jump out of the fold, to not just follow, but begin to lead. For decades now, poor nutrition has created a toxic environment, planet, and ultimately bombarded humans with toxins. These toxins are negatively impacting humanity. Look around you, and you can see the impact that fast food and poor nutrition is having on a global scale.
These numbers are quite staggering.
The biggest and most recognizable brands in the world are creating Goliath companies that are forging this destructive path of poor health. Obesity rates are higher than ever.
17% of our children are considered obese,
leading to diseases that are breaking global economies and crashing healthcare systems. The headlines are daily. It is happening. Now. Everywhere. But change is on the way. The Genesis is here. Genesis Pure is leading the charge into the battle against fast food, poor nutrition, changing the way people think about what they're putting into their bodies. This is your chance to leave a mark on the world, make a difference. Making one small change can lead to making many other big changes in your life and the lives of others. You are part of the Genesis. You make the difference. Change begins with you. Decide today if you will make one small change that will change the world.
Top leaders, they're no different than you. They simply choose to do these things on a daily basis.
You have two choices. Either you start a new culture with your own family, or the culture that was chosen for you is going to automatically be accepted for your family.
But that's what this company is about, is constant and never-ending improvement. Not perfection, not being perfect, but being better.